Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the first chapter of science, sky vision. We'll be seeing about the sky, the stars, the planets, the moon, the sun in this chapter. So let's get started. So students, as you all know that the planet on which we live is called Earth. Earth is only the planet where all the living things exist. Other than the Earth, we have the big universe up there. So let's see, other than the sun we see in the daytime, if anything else exists. So the first question is, what is there in the sky? So when you look at the sky at a dark night when there is no cloud, you will see a large number of stars, some of which are very big and some are less, some are bright and some are not. But actually they are very bigger than the sun. But why they appear so small to us? So let's see further. To understand this, let's take an example. You take a football of the same size and keep at least 50 to 80 meters apart, and you should move backwards or apart from it about 30 meters. Now look at the ball in such a way that the ball and you are in straight line. Now note that the size of the ball is smaller than have you seen in the closer. So this is the same situation which we see from the earth in the sky, why the stars are very small, appearing very small to us because they are up very far. We cannot imagine how far, because the sun is so far, since we can see that in a very, at least in a football size. But you see the stars are bigger than the sun, then how big it could be, and sorry, how far it could be. So if you observe minutely, you will see some objects other than the stars, they do not twinkle like stars. So they are what? They are not stars, they are planets. Because of the reflection of the sun light, we see the bright, the like a star. So sometimes for a moment a line of bright line can see in the sky. Actually, sometimes the star, or sometimes we see the star is falling or something like that. That is, they are burning meteors. So in this way, our Earth and the other planets, the sun and the moon, meteors, etc. So together for a Milky Way. So let's now some see more about them. So we come to the stars and the star world. So we all like to see stars in the night. So stars are very attractive objects in the sky. It adds beauty in the sky. So the sky, the earth, the stars emit light and energy continuously. So they have their own light. So the sun is the nearest star to earth. It is because of the sun's light that the other stars are not visible, uh, and most of the stars are so far away that it takes lakhs of years to their light to reach Earth. So distance of the star is indicated in light years. So how can we measure the distance of the stars? So the distance traveled by light in the year at the speed of 3 lakhs kilometers per second is known as 1 light year. So we measure the distance of light equals to 365 into 24 into 60 minutes into 60 seconds into 30 lakhs kilometers. That is 9.40 into 10 kilometers. So in this, the sun is about 15 crore kilometers away from the earth. It takes about 8.3 minutes for the sunlight to reach earth, so we can see that the sun is 8.3 light minute away. After sun, the nearest star of the earth is Alpha Centauri, which is about 4.3 light year away. The brightest star, Sirius, is about 8.7 light year away. We can see countless stars in the sky. If you look carefully, you could see a band of stars from north to south. It is a Milky Way. There are much such constellations of stars or galaxy. So constellation meaning the group of stars in the galaxy. Our Milky Way is one among the lakhs of galaxies present in the universe. Our solar system is situated in this Milky Way. So sun as well as all the stars are revolving with a great speed around one or the other heavenly bodies because of the distance. We are not able to know the changes. We know that our earth is rotating around its axis from west to east, but we find stars moving from east to west. One star which is in the north appears motionless. We know it is by the name of pole star. Dhruv Tara. The pole star has been used to know the direction for a long time. If we observe, we can find some star groups forming some shapes. The group of stars is called constellations. All the stars of the constellations always remain together. So the shape of the constellation always remains the same. Our ancestors have named them according to the shape they form. So has a big Saptarishi, Ursa major, a great bear, Laghu Saptarishi, a little bear, Ursha minor and Urian. The constellations which can be easily recognized is the big Saptarishi. It is also called the Big Dipper. This constellation has many stars out of which seven brighter stars form the shape of the question mark or Saukapan. So in the question mark shape, you can see a lot of stars are in a different figure. They have making one shape. So accordingly that they have named the stars. Out of the seven stars, there are on the handle of a Saukapan and the other four are in the pan. Two stars on the top of Saukapan are called the indicating stars. The line joining them points to the pole star. In the small Saptarishi, all seven stars are brighter. The pole star is situated at the top of the handle here. Therefore, sometimes it is also called Dhruv Matsya. So Orion is also one of the main constellations seen in the sky, which has more bright shining star than other constellation. The shape of this constellation is of a hunter, so it is called the Kal Purush. Students, there are only eight planets, not nine. So previously, we have studied in some books that there are nine planets, but due to some reason, let's see why there are only eight planets now. So planets are heavenly bodies that revolve around the sun. So like a star, they do not emit their own light. However, they reflect the sunlight which falls on them, and so they are bright as a star. So at night we see some things which are not moving. We think that is star, but that is not. That is a planet. So we can see through some planets. We can see through our naked eyes. So ancient astronomers already discovered Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn as they are visible to the naked eyes. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto were discovered after the discovery of the telescope. In this way, it was believed that the Sun has nine planets. Each planet revolves around the Sun in a fixed orbit. Now, after 76 years after its discovery, Pluto, due to some controversies, is not considered a planet. So now there are only eight planets. So some planets have natural satellites. So some planets and they don't have a natural satellite. Satellites are heavenly bodies which move around some other heavenly bodies like planets which move around the other planets. Moon is the natural satellite of the Earth, and Jupiter and Saturn are the planet which have more moons, means which have more satellites. So let's see what are. So come let us see how many satellites have each planet and which planet have no satellite.